What it is, guys, it is your old boy Pilk, and I'm coming back at you with more Dokkan Battle. Now, I do want to quickly talk about the dual Dokkan Fest, since it is going away here on Sunday. It is Friday afternoon, around 5:30 my time. Video should be up here shortly after recording. And these the dual Dokkan Fest and LR Majin Vegeta are both banners are going to be going away here at the end of the weekend, Sunday night at midnight Pacific time, well, 11:30 Pacific time. And unfortunately, I have a bit of bad news to add to this video, and that's the main reason I'm making this video. I have been in contact with Bandai, as you guys know, for almost a month now. After the account theft, I don't want this to be an enormously negative thing. I don't like making negative videos, as you guys know. I like to keep things nice and positive. I like to consider myself someone that supports this game as much as possible. I think you guys have seen enough on my live streams that I always spend money in-game. With one exception, I've always spent the money directly in-game. Okay? And when it comes to producing a gacha game, these are very expensive games to produce. Let's make no mistake. There are a lot of free-to-play players in the world, but there are also a lot of whales. And what the whales do is the whales continue to support the game and continue to allow them to produce content and to give us these hype Dokkan banners and things like that. So I consider myself a supporter of the game, all right? And as someone who has, almost exclusively, with one minor exception, spent money in-game to purchase these items. And I stress that because I think enough people are aware of the difference between the in-game stores and the vendors. How much the profit goes back to, of course, then Google, but also the game companies. I consider myself someone that supports the game a lot. That, unfortunately, is going to change a little bit, and I regretfully say that because I won't show you the email, but I will give you the gist of it. The long and the short of it is Bandai has come back, and I pleaded with them for 2 weeks now. I got the bad news early last week when I was ill. Actually, a little bit before that, in fact. And I went back and forth with them for a while. But the long and the short of it is the email that I received last night stated in no uncertain terms, they can see the account transfers. They can clearly see the theft. They don't recognize it as theft. They recognize it as a legitimate action. So for some reason, they seem to think that an account transfer to an completely unknown foreign device, and when I say foreign, I mean like a device this account has never been party to before at all, ever. And despite seeing all that, and despite then seeing the action of someone physically selling a duped, fully awakened LR Gogeta SA20 with Orb investment to the Baba Shop, they consider the action legitimate. Their words, not mine. So, regretfully, that does mean that I'm going to be forced to do this right here, right now. If they overturn this decision, it's a bit late already. I am not happy about this maneuver one bit. But I am going to have to move forward with my channel, okay? This channel is something that is important to me, and I have spent enough time farting around with this garbage. And make no mistake, this is a very expensive maneuver for me, all right? I don't think there's any question. Yes, we did get Purunga balls and all that stuff, and we did get a lot of Grand Kais and a lot of orbs. But I think you can do the math in figuring out, legitimately, let's do that, legitimately, how much this physically costs. Not to mention the 800 Dragon Stones to get the previous two that I got. Now, I can hear people whining already, saying, oh, you got two back, and blah, 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 blah. Yes, I got two back. But let's not beat around the bush. Those first two nights of summons, and pretty much every summon, has been trash. these summons have not been good to me. These banners have not been good to me. Okay, I got the LRs. That is pretty much it. I've not gotten a whole heck of a lot on top of that, except for a few random, you know, extreme damage. Not even supreme, extreme damage SSRs. A lot of ones that don't awaken, things like that. So the banners have not been good one bit at all to me. Says the person who got 4 LRs, yes, but it says the person who's also dumped hundreds of dollars this month alone into a cell phone game. All right, so do bear that in mind. This is with great personal expense. I did save up for it. It's something I can budget for. I am an adult. I know what I'm doing, mostly, and but if for whatever reason, for whatever happens, and they turn around their decision, now I'm going to be sitting on 2 LR Gogetas with dupes that are fully orbed out, and I'll have a decision to make, okay? For that reason, I am going to hold on to this last one for a few days before I finally put him into the ability system, but I will do that. Plus, I did promise someone I would make a video comparing LR Gogeta and LR Vegito's teams, and since I don't have a dupe in my LR Vegito yet, I think it's a fair assessment to hold off on this one, keep him locked up, and feed him in here in just a little bit. For those of you guys that are wondering, the banners will be back, so don't worry too much about that. The banners are going to be back in about 5-6 months, probably 4 or 5 months, I'd say. They did just come back on JP with full power Super Saiyan 4 Goku, though the rates are far, far, far worse than they are now. So we will go back again at that point in time and see if we can Rainbow Star these guys when that banner comes back. I'm going to keep saving up between now and then just for that banner, because I also want that full power Goku. He's amazing. Full power Super Saiyan 4 Goku is a phenomenal unit. But you guys saw it here. He is now... I fed the second set, and I emphasize the second set of 19 Kais into him, and I'm now going to 100% him in the ability system, or well, 55% him in the ability system, because I can't 100% him yet. I don't have enough dupes, and frankly, that's insane. The reality is, if you guys do have a Rainbow Star unit, note he never transforms. I mean, it's cool and all. I ain't mad at you one bit. In fact, I'm a little envious. But it is a bit silly. Like, they are so incredibly OP. It is a bit silly. In fact, I was just stoked to have the one dupe. And I guess it is a bit greedy to want the other 2 back. But at the same rate, I've spent the money. I did the summons. I feel definitely cheated. More than anything else, I'm a prideful person, if you guys haven't noticed. And I feel defeated in a way. I feel like, in this situation, the thief won. The thief bobbed that unit so that if I ever got my account back, I would be in this detriment. And congratulations, you got what you wanted. I am now out a great deal of money. A great deal of money for the units that I definitely paid for. Okay? Paid for, summoned, I got them. Very happy with that. And that happiness was stripped from me. And I think if you go back and watch, I made the video clip show version of it a while back. You could see the excitement on my face. The first LR I had pulled in over a year. Over a year. And that happiness was immediately swiped from me by an unscrupulous thief. So yes, I am still very, very ticked off about that. That is a hole in my soul that is probably not going to heal for a very long time. I take it very personally. I mean, it was a very personal attack. And it was an attack. Let's not beat around the bush. It definitely was an attack. It was a deliberate action. I don't know why. I don't know why anyone wouldn't like me that much to do that. I mean, they literally stole... I don't want to give a number, but a lot of money. Literally stole that money from me. Okay. And I'm going to send this to Bandai. I'm not happy with the answer that I received. I want to make this very, very public. The way I go forward supporting this game is going to change a little bit. I still do enjoy the game. I enjoy the franchise, and I will continue to play the game. I will continue to make content on the game. But I'm not going to recommend spending money on the game because they just simply do not have your back at the end of the day. And I did get my account restored. I'm very, very happy about that. I am, frankly, beside myself with joy that that happened. But the simple fact that they can see the unscrupulous activity and don't care really rubs me the wrong way. Definitely rubs me the wrong way. That makes me very... dissatisfied isn't even a strong enough word. That makes me greatly, greatly disappointed in a company that I had entrusted a lot of my time and effort with. So, anyway, I'm rambling on and on. So, I now have my SA20 LR Gogeta back. I have my SA20 LR Vegito. We'll do some testing coming up again, guys. I'll get back on the grind with that. And I do apologize that the last month has been a bit crazy as far as all this goes. But going forward, this is the last I'm really going to discuss that, except maybe in live streams if people have questions about it. But I've made the video about how to get your account back. Unfortunately, understand if something like this does happen, odds are they're not going to have you back. Be aware of that. Safeguard your account. Yeah, and that's kind of what I wanted to say today. I'm just very, very disappointed and, like I said, a bit angry that this went down this way. I thought very much so that someone who has been supporting their product for over a year very publicly and has been spending a lot of money with someone, that they just simply don't care about that relationship whatsoever. That's incredibly disappointing. Incredibly, incredibly disappointing. So, be aware of that situation. They don't really care about you one bit. Now, I said that probably goes without saying to some people, but most game manufacturers, I think you'll find, really do care and love their fans. Little known fact, a couple years ago, I spent a great deal of time with Riot Games. Even though I don't play League and I've never played League. I was a Smite player at the time, but they were a really great group of people. And it was a great joy to see people that truly love their fans that much. I was with a group of people that did play League, and they were still very, very welcoming and very, very cool, even though they didn't know me from Adam. And I was not even a streamer at the time. I was just some dude. But they were just a great, great, great group of people. And every game manufacturer I've ever had any interaction with has been very similar. They've all been very welcoming, very warm people, and they love you for enjoying what they have poured their soul into produce. Okay? So when you invest as much as I've invested into one single game, okay, and I don't think there's any question that my PC could have been built. I could have long since had my my PlayStation and my Xbox, all those things. But I put the money into this and into my YouTube channel and into all this because it's something I truly appreciated and supported. The feeling's not mutual, and that's incredibly disappointing. Is not even a strong enough word anymore. I just, the more I dwell on it, the more angry I get. So I'm just going to leave the video there. This is the last one on this content. I'm done with this. I'm moving on. The channel needs to continue to grow. I want to thank you guys for your time, and I just wanted to talk about this very publicly. I hate making negative videos, but I'm very candid about my emotions, and I want you people to be aware that if something like this does happen to you, odds are pretty good they're not going to have your back. Unfortunately. And it's definitely unfortunate. I am well aware well aware of another YouTuber that had something very similar happen, and they were more than obliging with that situation. But when it comes to this one, despite seeing all the unscrupulous activity, they don't care. They simply don't care. Anyway, probably I may regret putting this up later. I'm just deeply disappointed and hurt right now. But let's just move on with the channel. I'll decide the future of this video probably later on down the road. But for now, I definitely just want to make this public. And we're going to move on with something very positive and very fun here later on this afternoon. Thank you guys for your time. I won't ask for the usual compliment because it's just not... I don't feel right at the end of this video. I'm just not in a good place. We're going to fix that. We're going to come back and have some more fun, and we will live stream tonight and all kinds of things. So I want to continue to produce good, positive content for you guys. Thank you for your time, guys.